Hey guys, welcome back to the Music Mindset channel. We're going to get into a little bit of that rock and roll today with some Deep Purple. Now, this is a group I am totally not familiar with. For the most part, I don't know a whole lot about rock and roll. I'm kind of like learning as I go, and some of the stuff that you guys teach me and tell me about. But I do remember hearing the name Deep Purple back in the day. I think I heard that song Smoke on the Water. I wasn't sure it was them, but when I kind of looked up the name and I saw that was one of the songs, that Smoke on the Water, that song, I do kind of remember that one. But I'm going to do a little analysis of one of the songs called Bloodsucker to get into some of that stuff. And you know why we have to do certain songs. And this particular song has that real gritty rock and roll feeling to it. I'm not too familiar with it. But Mr. V-Man, go ahead and do me a favor and tell me a little bit about this band, Deep Purple, and that song, Bloodsucker, and do it kind of quickly.
All right, homie. Let's get back into that rock and roll. Deep Purple, formed in Hertford, England in 1968, is one of the pioneering bands in the hard rock and heavy metal genres. Of course, many of you might be most familiar with their iconic track Smoke on the Water from their 1972 album Machine Head. This song was about the fire that broke out during a Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention concert at the Montreux Casino in Switzerland. It became one of rock's greatest anthems. However, today we're diving into one of their other popular songs. But first, back to the band. The original lineup had some monster players when they released their debut album, Shades of Deep Purple, which included their hit cover of Joe South's song, Hush. However, it was the MK2 lineup which saw Rod Evans replaced by Ian Gillan on vocals, and Nick Simper was replaced by Roger Glover on bass. That move catapulted Deep Purple to international stardom, using a heavier sound that defined their most famous work. Now, Bloodsucker is a track from their fourth studio album, Deep Purple and Rock, released in 1970. This album marked a significant shift in their musical style that would become known as heavy metal. The band had a desire to distance themselves from their earlier psychedelic rock influences and embrace a more raw and powerful approach. Bloodsucker, with its gritty riffs and intense vocals, exemplifies this new direction. The song appears to be about a toxic relationship or encounter with a deceitful person described as a bloodsucker. The aggressive tone and imagery used in the song highlight the intensity of the emotions involved. Bloodsucker itself became a fan favorite and would influence countless musicians and bands in the years to come. This is some heavy stuff, bro, so get ready.
Yeah, I bet you're right on that one, bro. But I'm going to get right into that Deep Purple song, man. Like I said, back in the day as a kid, I was like in middle school when a lot of this stuff was coming out. Maybe getting ready to go into high school or something like that. And I used to hear about the name, but like I said in some past videos, when it came down to rock and roll, it was just something that I was not familiar with. And I would only hear it in passing. I would hear these songs and I couldn't tell you who sung them. But as you get older, you learn a different appreciation for music. And I've got a better understanding of rock and roll and its connection with blues and stuff like that. And now I can listen to it and actually appreciate it. When I was younger, it just scared me away. You know, it is what it is. But let's get right into this song called Bloodsucker and see what it really was about back in the 70s when they came out with this song.
But you know I got it there. Trying to know the rest, you didn't want to know.
Like that. Actually got a hip hop place too.
If you can, take a lesson from a hard loving man. I'm a long way from your life. I'm not a whining, I'm a putting on a show.
All right. Good.
You really got me, but I gotta move. Before they know I'm here with spread the news. Maybe in a while when I move around, I can find a way to figure back and trade it down. Really got a lot of loving that I wanna give, baby. I'm a mystery, but you know I gotta live. Tried another, but you didn't wanna know.
Woo. All right now. Look at the organ there. Yeah. Hey man, that's riding out, man. I'm telling you, that song is riding out, man. Oh man. Now, it's a funny thing. I'm sitting here thinking about my mindset at this age, and I'm saying, man, that's riding out, that's rocking. But at 12, 13, 14 years old in middle school in America back in those days, when I heard that, and that stuff, man, that sounded like the devil to me. You know what I mean? I just, where I was from, that was just sounding like the devil to, I would have to say now that was not being able to appreciate music. I mean, I think music genres, everybody kind of like in America during the 70s, we all at some point in time listened to the same music, but rock and roll was still coming off the heels of like Jimi Hendrix and a lot of this bluesy stuff that was happening. And some people hadn't quite gotten used to the noise. And they were teaching the kids that it was devil music. So we were afraid to listen to we were kind of afraid to take the time to listen to what was really going on in those songs. And as I got older now and I listened to some of these rock songs, these songs are tame when it comes down to music. I can back then I couldn't clearly hear the blues progressions or the runs or in the solos, the blues notes and stuff like that. I couldn't really hear it back then, but I can clearly hear it now because I'm not afraid of pre-notions that people gave me. People were going around saying, hey, man, you can't listen to that kind of stuff and make you crazy. But now as you get older, it wasn't that bad at all, man. That sounded good. That was funky, man. to me, it had a little hip hop swing, you know. If I didn't know better, we could almost call what he was doing in the vocals a form of chanting, a form of rapping. It was, you know, pre-rap or whatever you want to call it. Da 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 da. That's the same thing that you do in rap. There's a big connection between hip hop and rock and roll if people would just take the time to think about it and look at it. It's funny how culture and communities and mindsets and people's pre-notions and prejudices can cause people to miss out on some good music. I'm glad I'm free. I'm glad I'm a grown man where I can make the choices on my own. And I choose to say that song Bloodsucker was a nice little song. I don't know how big it was. I know it evidently did well enough for it to even be mentioned anywhere on the internet like that. But I'm going to rate that song as a whole out of 10, 9 out of 10, maybe even close to a 10. It's a pretty hot song. I'm pretty sure y'all going to tell me there are other songs that they did. And I'm well aware that this may not be the number one song. This is the song that I was able to use, and I like that song. And I'm going to check out some more Deep Purple when I get a chance. And I hope you check this channel out. Don't forget, I have a lot of videos on this channel of a lot of different type of music. Don't be afraid to just scan through. Find something to watch, man. Pull a video out, because the more you watch, the more this channel grows, and it gives me an opportunity to come back and do the songs that you request or the songs that you like. So I want to say I appreciate your time, and I thank you for coming by and checking out the Music Mindset channel. I'm Mr. Mindset, and I'm going to see you guys in the next one. And y'all take it easy. Thank you.